Hi there, Michael Sauer here from Source Wealth. In this video, I'm going to show you the power of our modelling service in providing clients with real clarity around whether their goals are all achievable now and in the future. So using Mark and Claire as an example here, what I'm actually showing you here is a chart where the blue shaded area is projecting their investment wealth, so things like cash and superannuation, but excluding their primary residence. And you can see the blue peaks at their planned retirement age of age 60. The green bars are showing the income that they're making, so Mark's earning $150,000 per year and Claire $100,000. Both of those numbers are being indexed. In their situation, they've got their house fully paid off without debt. Mark's got $400,000 in super and Claire $300,000 in super. They've got $200,000 sitting in cash at a low interest rate. In terms of their main goals, so one being to retire at age 60, so a little bit earlier than many others do. Their next goal is to purchase a beach house for $600,000 at age 60, so therefore they can have that house to live partially in retirement, as well as their existing property in the city. And their final main goal is that their son is just going to be going into private high school for the next 6 years, and that'll be costing them $15,000 per year. So what does this graph mean here? So you can see their blue bars are peaking at retirement, and then you can actually see the blue shaded area runs out at age 84, which means they've actually run out of all of their super at that point under the current scenario, essentially how they're living at the moment. And you can see that also by the fact that their income bars no longer meet this red expenses graph. Okay, so in this scenario, the clients aren't on track given what they're currently doing to meet all of their goals and objectives. And so we're providing clarity for the first time here, and then we need to dive into solution mode around how are some of the ways that we can solve this. So common things can be perhaps we need to start earning more, spending less, changing the investment strategy, minimizing tax, minimizing fees, all these sorts of levers we have to pull. Even just doing a little bit of each can often create a really big outcome. So what I will go and do now is see what strategies we can do to actually change this scenario and make it more realistic and make them on track for meeting those goals. Okay, so what we can do is, firstly, I'll show those different goals there. So the schooling coming in for the next 6 years, and then the beach house coming in at age 60. Now, we can change a few levers here. So let's assume that we start salary sacrificing for Mark as well, which means putting more money into super, which is often a really effective strategy because superannuation has a low tax rate relative to many clients' marginal tax rates, but also we're getting those good investment returns in super, given that it's at a high growth portfolio for these clients in this situation. Now, just by starting to salary sacrifice some money, you can see how it automatically pushes up their net worth because it's a better outcome than them just continuing to put their surplus into cash. Now, what we also can do here is let's reduce down their living expenses by $15,000 per year. So we want to reduce their expenditure by 10%. Now, that's easier said than done. Of course, we need to then work on a cash flow plan to be able to potentially change some expenses. So often there's things, utility bills, mortgages, different subscriptions that clients don't use, a lot of spending that happens that people don't even value, and we can cut that out straight away and create that surplus fairly easily. Now you can see there it's also pushed up the asset graph as well. And then finally, in this example, we can also then change the investment in cash. So they've got $200,000 sitting in cash. And if we instead put that into a high growth portfolio, then over that long term, we can get even more wealth. Okay, so now that's just an example of 3 fairly common things and definitely not too difficult to achieve, having a massive effect. Of course, there's extra things we could do, such as reducing potential fees on super, other different types of tax savings, and a range of other strategies. So what you can see there is the net worth has now pushed out quite significantly. And then we've also got these cash flow graphs. Now you can see this big negative is when they fund the holiday house. But other than that, they're looking quite good. Now, why I say that is this income graph here, all these different bars are meeting this red line, which are their expenses. So you can see even in retirement, they've still got plenty of ability to pay for those different expenses in retirement. You can see income streams, so that's what their superannuation converts to into a pension that can pay them so that they can regularly fund those income streams. So you can see here with doing a few tweaks to their existing strategy, they can go from running out of money in their early 80s to having plenty of money left over long into the 80s. And then that often allows them to do extra goals that they might not have thought of. So things like maybe helping children, extra holidays, all these sorts of things then open up for them. So you can see how this all ties together. So we firstly want to define each of the goals that are important to you, and that's what we do in the initial appointment. And you would have seen through the earlier video how we do that and work out exactly when those goals are going to occur and how much they're going to cost. And then once we have those, we then put it into the modeling to see if it works now. Even if it does work, we still have lots of levers that we can pull to make it more of a reality. And an even better outcome. However, if it doesn't work, like in this scenario, then we need to go into solution mode and actually start solving the problems now, not 2 years from retirement. If we do it 15 years from retirement, then we have a much better chance of success. So hopefully that explained the modeling service, and you can see the real value you can get from it.